Welcome children. Previous session we started Unit 2 electricity lesson. In this session we'll continue electricity lesson. Recap. Previous session we have seen atom, electric current, unit of electric current, conventional current and electric flow, measurement of electric current, potential difference and unit, electrical conductivity and resistivity, sources of electric current, types of cell and primary and secondary cell. In this class we are going to see about batteries. Batteries are a collection of one or more cells whose chemical reactions create a flow of electrons in a circuit. All batteries are made up of three basic components: an anode, positive side, and a cathode, the negative side, and some kind of electrolyte. Electrolyte is a substance that chemically reacts with the anode and cathode. The definition of battery is: a battery is a device that stores energy and makes it available in an electrical form. A battery converts chemical energy into electrical energy, or is a device that produces electrical energy from chemical energy. Already you know that cell can use only one time, but battery we can use recharge many times. So positive sides an anode and negative side the cathode. Invention of battery. One fateful day in 1780, Italian physicist, physician, biologist and philosopher Luigi Galvani was dissecting a frog attached to a brass hook. As he touched the frog's leg with an iron scalpel, the leg twisted. Galvani theorized that the energy came from the leg itself, but his fellow scientist Leandro Volta believed otherwise. Volta hypothesized that the frog's leg impulses were actually caused by different metals shocked in a liquid. He repeated the experience using cloth soaked in brine instead of a frog corpse, which resulted in a similar voltage. Volta published his findings in 1791 and later created the first battery, the voltaic pile, in 18. The invention of the modern battery is often attributed in Alessandro Volta. It actually started with a surprising accident involving the dissection of a frog. So the first inventor of the battery, Luigi Galvani, and the modern battery inventor is attributed to Alessandro Volta. Next, electric switch. Our country faces a shortage of electricity. So, wastage of electricity means you are depriving someone else of electricity. Your electricity bill goes up. So, we must use electricity very carefully and only when it is needed. We must use the electricity as long as we need it in our household activities. So, can you remember what did you last year to turn the current on or off? This time we shall use a switch to turn the current on or off. You may have used different kinds of switches to turn your household electric appliances on or off. Switches help us to start or stop the appliances safely and easily. So, many types of switches are here: tapping key, toggle switch, illuminator switch, plug key, rocker switch, slide switch. The circuit diagrams. In circuit diagrams, so many symbols are there. Some one only given here. First symbol is battery. Second symbol is wire. Third symbol is bulb. And fourth symbol is switch. These are the important and 1 to simple circuit. First we'll see battery. Energy sources. Battery is the energy sources. Has a positive terminal and a negative terminal. Each and every battery have positive terminal and negative terminal. Next symbol wire. Wire is used to connect electrical components to one another. Usually insulated with a rubber covering. Third symbol is bulb. Light source. Bulb is a light source. Consists of metal filament, glass bulb, metal casing and tip. And fourth symbol is switch. Switches controls the flow of electric current. Electrical components. Electric circuits are made up of electrical components. An electrical closed circuit, electric circuit, and open electric circuit can be electric circuits. First we'll see closed electric circuit. Closed electric circuit, electric current flows in the electric circuit. In closed electric circuit, current flows in the electric circuit and bulb lights up. Electric conductors, metal such as copper or iron. Next, open electric circuit. In open electric circuit, no electric current flows in the electric circuit. So, bulb does not light up. So, electric insulator in open circuit, electric insulators are wood, glass, plastic and rubber. Important, in closed electric circuit, current will be flow. In open circuit, electric circuit, current does not flow in the electric circuit. Electric circuit. It is difficult to draw a realistic diagram of this circuit. The electrical appliances you use at home have even more difficult circuits. Can you draw realistic diagrams of such circuit which contains many bulbs, cells, switches and other components? Do you think it is easy? It is not easy. So, scientists have tried to make the job easier. They have adapted simple symbols for different components in a circuit. We can draw circuit diagram using these symbols. So, symbols for bulbs, cells and switches are shown in the figure. Positive and negative terminal first is battery, and we can measure the current using ammeter. Ammeter also having positive and negative terminals, and the cross symbol is bulb. This is switch symbol. In a cell, the longer line denotes the positive terminal and the shorter line denotes the negative terminal. We shall use these symbols to show components in the circuits we draw. Such diagrams are called circuit diagrams. Types of electrical circuit. We make only one kind of the circuit with a cell and a bulb. But we can make many types of circuits if we have more than one bulb or cells by connecting these components in different ways. So, there are two types of electrical circuits. They are series circuits and parallel circuits. In this lesson, in this session, we will see one by one. First, we will see series circuit. Two kinds of circuits can be made with two bulbs and a cell. In this experiment, we shall make one of them and study it. Look at the circuit with two bulbs and a cell and a switch given here. It is clear from the circuit diagram that the two bulbs are connected one after the other. The circuit diagram shows the sequence of the bulbs and cell, not their real position. Was it which the bulbs have been connected in the circuit is called series connection. Now make the circuit by joining the two bulbs and cell. Do both the bulbs light up? Do both glow equally bright? If one glows less bright, will it shine more brightly if we change its place in the sequence? Change the sequence of bulbs and notice. Sometimes bulbs appear to the similar can differ from each other. So similar looking bulb do not always glow equally bright when connected in series. The circuit can be broken at several places. For example, between the cell and the bulb, between the two bulbs, etc. Next, parallel circuit. Figure shows a circuit in which two bulbs are connected in different places. This is a second type of circuit. Two bulbs in this circuit are said to be connected in parallel, and such circuits are called parallel circuits. So parallel circuit is the electrical circuit that arranged in rows so form a branch in the circuit. This is called parallel circuit. I will see similarity and difference between series and parallel circuit. 2 points are similar in series and parallel circuit. Energy sources and wires are same in series circuit and parallel circuit. And the difference between series and parallel circuits are single loop connection in series circuit and bulbs dimmer in series circuit and bulbs share power in series circuit and all bulbs go out if one goes out in series circuit. In parallel circuit connected by branches, so bulbs brighter, each bulb fully powered, all bulbs stay lit if one goes out. These are the similarity and difference between series and parallel circuit. Conductors and insulators. What is conductor? Many materials that allows electric current to pass through it. It is conductor. And what is insulator? Many material that does not allow electric current to pass through it. The example of conductors are copper, aluminum, steel and any metals are conductors. And insulator, examples of insulators, plastic, rubber, glass, cloth and wood. These are not allow electric current to pass through it. So conductors are the materials whose atoms have electrons that are loosely bond and are free to move through the material. A material that is good conductor gives very little resistance to the flow of charge, that is electron, on application of external voltage. This flows of charge is what continues an electric current. A good conductor has high electrical conductivity in the activity. And insulators, those materials which do not have enough free electrons are not good conducting electricity, or we can say that the would be poor conductors. Insulators also called poor conductors of electricity and they are called insulator. Next, effects of electric current. There are several other important effects of electricity. We shall study some of these effects in this chapter. Heating effect, mechanical effect, lightning effect, chemical effect, and magnetic effect. But in this session, there are three main effects of electricity: heating effect and magnetic effect, chemical effect. Heating effect means electrical energy converted to heat energy. For example, heating of electric iron, electric bulb. And mechanical effects is electrical energy converted into mechanical energy. So examples of mechanical energy is electric motor used in fans, vacuum cleaner. And lightning effects, electrical energy caused by accumulation of static charges which is then converted to light and sound energy. The example of lightning effect is lightning and thunder. And chemical energy. Chemical energy is electrical energy converted to chemical energy. And the example of chemical energy is electroplating used in polishing and artificial jewelry, protecting iron until from rusting. And last, magnetic effects. Electrical energy converted into magnetic energy. The example of magnetic energy is electromagnet used in electric bell. First, we'll see heating effect. The heating effect of electric current is used in electrical appliances like electric heater, electric iron, electric room heater, immersion heater, electric kettle, hair dryer, etc. All these appliances have a coil of wire called an element. When electric current flows through the element, it becomes hot and gives out heat. So the amount of heat produced in a wire depends upon its material, length and thickness. So the example of heating effects are application of heating effects, electric heater, electric iron and electric room heater, etc. Next, magnetic effect. The application of magnetic effect of electric current is electromagnet. Here we'll see simple electromagnet. Magnetic effect of electric current has been used in making powerful electromagnets. Electromagnets are also used to remove splinters of steel or iron in hospitals dealing with eye injuries. Electromagnets are used in many appliances that we use in our day-to-day life, namely electric bell, cranes and telephone. In electromagnet, the battery connected in a nail and the coiled wire, iron nail, wired battery are used in simple electromagnet. When the current passes through the nail, the iron nail become a magnet. That is called electromagnet. Next, telephone. Telephone is the application of electric effects of the electric current. Here the diaphragm is attached to a spring that is fixed to the earpiece. When a current flows through the wires, the soft iron bar becomes an electromagnet. The diaphragm becomes attached to the electromagnet. As the person on the other end of the line speakers, his voice causes the current in the circuit to change. This causes the diaphragm in the earpiece to vibrate, producing sound. This is the working of telephone. The last topic is chemical effects of electricity. Chemical reaction happens when electricity passes through various conducting liquids. This is known as chemical effects of electricity. You will learn chemical effects of electricity in your higher classes. Thank you children for your attention. We have completed Unit 2 electricity lesson. We'll see the next session. Thank